You almost can't go through a full day and not interact or see someone interacting with ELO technology somewhere. We sell in 84 countries around the globe, and it's been that way for many, many years. ELO first was the company that actually invented the touchscreen. Not everybody in the Knoxville area knows that. It was actually back in 1971 that the company was formed by our founder, Sam Hurst.
University of Kentucky at the time had a Van de Graaff accelerator, so everybody wanted to use it. So they would be there all night taking data. Then when the experiment finished, the students had to digitize each one of those points by hand, and that took so much time, you know, thousands of these points.
And so these pictures of graphs and things had to be turned into data that you could do calculations with. And so he invented what he later called the elograph, in which you'd take charts of paper and digitize, turn that into numerical values that you could do calculations on.
Came back to Oak Ridge, to OR&L, decided to commercialize the elograph.
So we created this digitizer, which eventually became the touchscreen.
In the 70s, he began to see monitors that were coupled with the computers of the time. He said, maybe I can adapt this touch technology to a screen.
With a lot of experiments and a lot of development, finally came up with the formula for transparent sheets, which had to be held apart by a matrix of very tiny insulating dots. They manufactured those in various sizes, you know, to fit different monitors and such.
Famously, when we debuted that, was at the 1982 World's Fair.
In this particular exhibit, they're using a pressure-sensitive television screen to be able to tell you more about energy.
But I would say that probably nobody realized what an enormous impact it would have on the world. So we enabled a rush of technology that has changed almost everything that we do today.
We actually developed 4 patents in the touchscreen field, and our business address was the Cracker Barrel. We had our meetings at the Cracker Barrel over breakfast, and gave a generous tip because we extended that discussion time for a few hours.
These are a couple of our self-order kiosks used in a lot of fast food restaurants and everywhere else around the world. You probably recognize that one.
Sam expanded this business of elographics, he called it, in Oak Ridge to over 200 employees. It was producing all the touchscreens for the restaurant industry.
Not everyone will notice the name ELO, but once you've heard it, people always tell us, they say, wow, ELO really is everywhere. So for instance, if you are checking out at major retailers, Target, Walmart, Kohl's, JCPenney, many, many more, they're probably using ELO computing technology and touchscreens to check you out. Whether or not that's with the associate at the cashier, or that's using self-checkout, which we do a lot of as well.
So ELO has a new facility here in Knoxville. It's about 90,000 square feet. We opened this facility in August of 2021. You know, I was raised in Knoxville, and I was 8 years old when the World's Fair was in Knoxville. So I had the opportunity to go many, many times, and I vividly remember the touch screen being introduced and that exhibit. If you think about the ELO products, you know, we're receiving in from our factories touchscreen monitors, touchscreen computers, all the accessories that go along with those, handheld computers. Those products come into our warehouse, we unload those products, and then we ship them out to our customers. And then any work that our customers need done to those products, whether it's repairing or modifying or enhancing, we do that inside of our depot that we have here.
There's a lot of technology behind it, right? There's the computing processing power, there are drivers, there are things called ASICs that are, you know, very, very complex circuitry. There are the chemicals that are used in making the screens. And then there's software on top of that. And the great part is all of that technology comes together, but when the customer uses it, it just seems easy. And that's what we always want to do.
The neat thing about us relocating this operation in Knoxville is that 70% of our customers are on the east side of the Mississippi. We can have products arrive at the port, and within a day we can have those products here at our warehouse, and we're about a day away from all of our major customers as well.
If you look at this wall, you can see that we make touchscreen computers all the way from 7 inches all the way up to 65 inches. Innovation creates jobs, creates opportunities, and that's really what it's all about. You know, we used to talk about over 50 million that have been installed in the world and whatnot. Honestly, I think we've probably lost count, but they truly are everywhere. We love being here where it all started. Kind of all makes sense, and it's fun to be thinking about the 82 World's Fair of debuting our first product and then thinking what we've done since then, which just kind of continues to change the world. 55 years of our company being in business, we continue to create that history year after year.